Hi, I'm Steve Covington.
And I'm Cindy. We were aboard our Selene 53 Classic named Kallisto. In case you haven't seen the other videos, we have spent 191 days on our vessel cruising down the east coast of the U.S., over to the Bahamas, island hopping, and then back up the east coast. So this particular video that you're about to see is just the leg of the trip from Fernandina Beach down to Fort Lauderdale, and some highlights along the way. Some challenges we experienced and things that went well, some challenges that we had a storm that was up to 55 knot winds. Fortunately, we were in a marina at the time. And then also our little doggie, Maddie, who's 12 and a half years old. We took her to the vet and she has a heart condition, and the vet said she basically has 1 to 3 months to live. So that was quite a dilemma for us as far as, do we go down to the Bahamas? What happens? What do we do if something happens to her? So that was a challenge. Some things that went well. We thoroughly enjoyed our time visiting with friends, going fine dining and playing games. It was just a lot of fun. And then we also equipped our boat with additional safety features such as an ultra anchor and then a new life raft. So those are all necessary items to have on board. We just wanted to ensure that we were safe going up to the Bahamas. So we hope you enjoy the video. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard, but let me just add that Maddie is still with us. It's been 9 months and she's still kicking, so the 1 to 3 months was maybe a little pessimistic. Thank goodness. Yeah, she really enjoyed the Bahamas.
She did. You'll see that in the Bahama videos. She turned into a little puppy.
She did. It was great. Welcome aboard.
Merry DJ! Merry Christmas, DJ!
Lucy Carnegie is the one who turned this into the showplace that it became. 52 rooms, a steady stream of visitors would come see her. She started working on it in 1890 and finished in 1905 with the renovations. Pretty cool. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Holy cow, this dock is just rocking. Oh, holy cow. So we're in the calm of the storm because of Bella Vita here. Here we are. Hardly moving. In fact, actually my anemometer says it's 8 knots of wind.
Yeah, sure did. Woo!
And this is why I'm happy with a Selene 53 versus a Lucerne 60 meter. So we're just south of Fernandina, just kind of exploring on our tender. Hi there.
Are we blocking you standing here?
No, you're good. You're good. Almost to St. Augustine, and there's a fishing boat that's working his way around us, I think.
We are in St. Augustine, taking the tender out. Going to meet up with some friends for dinner. Hi. There's Kallisto at the back, the party boat over there. Everything's still all decorated. Looks very pretty. Leaving St. Augustine. It's a beautiful morning. We have to wait for the opening of Bridge Alliance, the drawbridge. That will happen here pretty soon. It was a nice couple of nights stay. Beautiful morning. Getting a little bit of a late start. It's about 8:30. There's the fort. Pretty town, lots to see. Didn't get a chance to see much of it though, because we were only here for 2 nights. Captain Steve busy working.
Sometimes the shoreline is not that far away from the boat. We are literally 75 to 100 feet off the shore. Some nice houses here. Beautiful place to watch the boats go by. Yeah, very nice here.
So we are in Daytona Beach here, and probably about 17 sustained winds up to probably 27 gusts. And it looks like this catamaran had broken loose from its anchor and then hit this sailboat that's probably been there for quite some time, either on a mooring ball or anchored, I don't know. But it looks like it got stuck on the sailboat, and Steve, being the good boater he is, went over to help him. Hopefully he can help the other captain figure things out and get secured. Well, Steve's back from helping the catamaran. So, Steve, what happened?
So, guy from Colorado, lived in Boulder since the 80s. He came out here, decided he wanted to do some sailing. He does not know how to sail. He has an engine that's a little questionable, a boat that's a lot questionable probably, but I mean, sound enough to live on, I guess, with the kind of nomadic lifestyle he's going with. He's here in Daytona because he's got a sister here. He's been visiting family all on the East Coast. Basically what happened is, and I'm not sure what they're doing with him now, basically what happened is his anchor dropped in the wind. He's got a smallish anchor. It's not a heavy boat, only 40,000 pound boat, so probably sufficient anchor, but with, he said, about 10 foot of chain in anchor rode. I asked how much he had out. He wasn't quite sure, but he thought maybe 30, 40 feet. I said that's really not enough for this wind in the tides. But what happened is it broke free and it drifted down and caught on the anchor. His outboard engine, which he had down, caught on the anchor rod of that sailboat over there and just held him in. And that's what he was holding on to. And so what I'd hoped to do was just free him. But the more I understood how little he could operate the boat, I was afraid of freeing him because I was afraid he'd come into us, because I didn't think he'd be able to get control of the boat in time. Because what I did is I lifted the engine so I could see easily. I pulled the anchor rod out of the water because it was hooked to the engine, and I put some lines on it to relieve tension so I could have gotten it off. And then I said, okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to do this, and then you're going to drop the engine back down. Oh, I don't know how to drop down the engine. It's like, oh, okay, that's a problem. And so he didn't feel confident enough that he could regain control of the boat once it was freed. So then it became, okay, we're not touching anything. We got to wait for Towboat US to get here, and so they're responsible for controlling your boat once you're free from the the boat that you tangled up on. So if you look at him out there right now, which I don't know if you are, but the sailboat is now free, and they are towing him out to a spot where he can drop the anchor again. So hopefully, and I told him to put out all the anchor rod he had. Suggested you get more chain, because it's not only is it only 10 foot of chain, but it's not very heavy chain. It's a quarter inch or something like that, or maybe 5/8, but it's not very much. And so I'm worried about him driving it again. The other thing I told him he needs to do is check for chafing on the boat that he was hooked to, because it was hooked around the fin of his engine for a long period of time and going back and forth, lots of wave action. So we don't want that one to break free. So I said he needs to make sure that before they go, they check to ensure that boat's anchor rod is good, and if not, pull it in the 8 feet that would need to pull in to take the worn part and take load off it.
We're south of Daytona, and unfortunately on our route to the ICW, this is what we see from time to time, either through a hurricane or neglect on the owner's part. Don't know, but it's unfortunate that this is a sight we see many times with abandoned vessels for various reasons. So hope everybody was okay that was on board.
I just thought I'd point out that that's the VAB. We are 20 miles away from it right now, but it's clearly visible. I've been seeing it for a while now. I thought, hey, I should take a picture of that. So it's probably about 22 miles away when I first saw it there. That's as most as I can zoom in about it. I'll take a quick picture, zoomed in more, put that in the video as well. kind of picture?
Yep.
That's bright. Number 25. It's pretty amazing. You ready to go through the clouds? Yeah, but it's going to go above them, I hope. The flames are getting lighter out because there's less atmospheric pressure. This is Fort Pierce at about 7:22 in the morning on, I think, the 13th or 12th of January. We're in Fort Pierce, and the current here is crazy. I'm getting about a mile a gallon going 5 knots at 1250 RPM. Anchorage right here that I was aiming for, but we never got to because it got really dark. We didn't get until 7 o'clock or so, and that's all we could do to see where we were going. Sunrise coming up. Lots of current. Can't get over the churn. We are heading out of Fort Pierce. We are going about 3.6 knots, when we should be going about 8. That's how much current we're pushing against, and that's the water roiling right at the entrance to the inlet here at Fort Pierce. It's about 7:30 in the morning on, I think, the 13th. Just noting how the color of the water has changed in the last day or so. And we're right outside of Palm Beach, Florida right now, and the water looks nice. For those who want to be in the know, this is the Lake Worth Inlet. We're coming in. We started out Fort Pierce this morning. It's only 2 p.m. It's actually 1:53. Went outside and coming in. To our right is North Palm Beach, to our north I should say. To our south, way out there, is West Palm Beach. Straight ahead is Riviera Beach, and that's where we'll be staying for a few days to get some work done on our davit and get ready to head over to the Bahamas. There you go.
Okay. You just have to change the angle a little bit.
Let's.
I got it here.
And successful day. There is the new Ultra 60 with the swivel, which is the only way to go with these things. Here on Kallisto with Admiral Cindy. So we've been in Riviera Beach, and This was a must-have for going down to the Bahamas. You want to make sure you have the right size anchor, and you want it to be the right kind of anchor, and Ultra works great for us. Hi, Maddie girl. Oh, Daddy stopped, so that's funny. It's got to be both of us. So if you're ever wondering what a Selene looks like in work, this is what it looks like. Got the ceiling tiles down, got the ceiling all uncovered. You see here the hose lines for the hydraulic davit, and they go up from the pump over here over and then up into the davit itself. It's actually a very elegant system. It works well, but it was time to replace some seals and replace the hoses as part of a good maintenance plan. And so these hoses just got replaced. I just ran those, and once I get the davit back together, I will clean this all up and then put the ceiling back on, and Kallisto will be back to its beautiful self. And Maddie will have her home looking good again. Right, Maddie? Maddie? Maddie's a little deaf. There we go. Hello, sweetheart. So just for the record, here is the base of the davit, and the top of the rotational portion. So it's got a big ring gear here that hydraulic motor turns that gear against the ring gear here, and that's how it does the rotation. All these hoses go into these ports here, and this is manifold that then sends the oil up into the top portion of the rotational stage, the translation stage, and I'll have to show that later. And here's how the system all looks. Well, it's all nice and clean now. The bases. Before it's very dull. In fact, actually, here's a before and after. Before and after. So, pretty happy with how that's coming out. I didn't clean that one cover just so I'd have a before and after. And now I'm starting to do some work on this as well, getting this all cleaned up. It was all greasy. The grease is all cleaned up on it now. Guys are coming over. We'll get things greased up again and put it back together. Happiness is a clean compartment with your hydraulic system and new hoses and fresh oil. Woo-hoo!
And here we are approaching Fort Lauderdale, where the bridge is about ready to open up for both the southbound us and the northbound, the other guy. But it has been a beautiful ride along the ICW going through Boca Raton. Beautiful homes, oh my gosh. One estate after another. And it was just pretty incredible. But we'll be going through this bridge here shortly, and then it's been a total of 15 bridges that we have had to go through from Riviera Beach down to Fort Lauderdale. We'll be here for a couple of days.
I'm just kind of wondering where the hurting economy is. Holy cow. Oh, this place is amazing. Heading back this way. So we really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. It was a little long in times, but I think there was a lot to see as we went down the coast of Florida. Join us next time as we make our way across the Gulf Stream into the Bahamas. We're very excited about that.
Thanks for watching.
And see you next time.